Hey guys, how y'all doing? Bioniclesaurus here, and in this video we're going to be doing a figure collection update. Has it been a year? I don't know if it's been a year, but I'm pretty sure it's been over a year by now. This is the longest break I think I've ever taken in between collection updates, and I've actually been getting like a high number of requests to make one of these, so here you go. You're gonna have to deal with raw camera audio because, you know, I'm holding the camera and moving it around. I don't have a lapel mic or anything, so that's that. Anyhow, because it's been so long, I might forget to point out certain new additions and new pickups and figures that were not here in the last video, but I'll try to remember to point out everything that is new. First of all, the actual way that the shelf is set up is new. In terms of sorting, we're back to the company sorting. So we have Carnegie on the bottom, specifically older Carnegie figures and smaller Carnegie figures, ones that are not quite as conducive to display. Up here we have Collecta. Well, this is all Collecta. This is partially other stuff, and some Collecta, and some Papo spilling over from the proper Papo area. These zones are just kind of bleeding into each other now. That's a Y-wing. That's the Star Wars cubicle. The most important one on the Dinosaur shelf, that's for sure. Beast Mesozoic. And then we have Safari, LTD, Prehistoric World on top. And also some Carnegie. Mostly like the larger but also nicer looking ones. There's really no like good logic to how the Carnegie stuff is separated out, but there you go. So that's how everything is working out at the moment. To take a closer look, let's start at the bottom, since that's the least interesting. As you can see, this is all figures you've seen before. Carnegie figures that are well and truly familiar on the channel. We do have a couple of older Wild Safaris here, the Juvenile T-Rex and the old Car, and the Dino Discovery's Hatchling T-Rex. Those are some archaic Safari models. Moving up to Collecta. Collecta has expanded quite a lot. I'm not sure if this Styracosaurus was here last time. I'm not sure. There are some things that I know are new additions, including the Temnodontosaurus, the Giganspinosaurus and Pachycephalosaurus hiding down there that you can hardly see, the Smilodon at the back there, and certainly these much more large and easily noticeable Mapusaurus and Iguanodon. Other than that, I think everything else was here previously, but it's great to see Collecta growing. Collecta is a company that, like, I've actually been collecting for a while now. When did I start? In 2015, I think, was when I actually started picking up figures from them. But it hasn't grown a lot. Papo, I think I started collecting in, like, 2013 or 14, and it hasn't grown a lot. And to be fair, whenever I look at Papo's catalog, I can't find that many that I actually want to get. Which is why it grows so slowly. But there's really no excuse for Collecta, so it's good to see that that's expanding. Here's the Deluxe Car and Spinosaurus, the last couple Collecta figures. Chopme Plesiosaur, classic random figure that's been on the shelf for years. Here's some new stuff. We got some Favorite Co stuff. I think the Steg has been in a couple collection videos. But we also have the Styracosaurus, the green Series 2 T-Rex, otherwise known as Titus on Dinosaur Island. And we also have Charon from Dinosaur Island, which is the Series 1 brown T-Rex. And actually, having said all that, that Styracosaurus plays the character Maggie, and this one over here plays the character of Uno now. There's so many figures that have been featured in one way or another on the show, but I guess I'll mention a few of them. Here's the Papo Quetz and the Papo Iguanodon. A couple of new additions that I have mixed feelings about actually getting. They're very good. I won't talk about it much here. They have their flaws. I want to review them. I will review them. But for now, we won't dwell too much on it. Everything in this Papo shelf you've seen before. I think the newest stuff here is like 2017 stuff. These are my only 2018 Papo figures. And I think the only ones from last year that I even want to get, unless I'm forgetting something important. I don't know. Got the Acro, Cryo, and Cerato. Great to see them together as sort of a trio of colorful Papotheropods. Baryonyx, you don't count, you're a monstrosity. Having said that, I almost prefer the Baryonyx to the Acro because I'm strange. We also have the weird little waste of money, regretted purchase Polacanthus in the back. Here we have, if you want to know more about the Polacanthus, you can watch its review. I'm not sure how harsh I was when I actually reviewed it, but I really don't like it that much in retrospect. It's just a weird looking thing. It's just like a purple lizard spike monster. I don't... Here we have the Beast of the Mesozoic Raptors. They're in their boxes so they don't get dusty or damaged. I don't always keep them in here. Don't be depressed. These guys do get taken out and displayed and messed with and photographed occasionally. But I don't do it much because I do want to keep them in good condition. And I've already, like, scraped this one up a bit. The Pyoraptor's in fine condition, besides it has a very loose pair of toes, but that's not my fault. They sort of started that way. I think it has a cracked ball joint in its little articulated stand as well. It's really not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect much. It's hardly loosened. But yeah, the Dromaeosaurus has a few paint scuffs. Not bad, not very noticeable, but nonetheless, I'm precious and paranoid with both of these. And I want to get more. I want to get it to a point where I have so many that they can all be in their boxes in here, and all I'll show are the spines of the boxes. So it'll be like a bookshelf of raptors. That'd be great. I guess I'll move them back to the proper orientation now. Here we have a chain of clips, because you never know what clips you're gonna need in life. That's what I always say. And here's the top safari shelf. I think, yeah, I'll start over here. Here are some new additions. I think, like, the last time I did a video, I don't think there was any 2018 Safari stuff on the shelf yet. Like, I legitimately think there were 0 figures, so there's actually a lot to go through here. I'll show everything, but I'll only mention new things. So, we have the Ankylosaurus, we have the Dimetrodon, and the Hyaenodon. The Hyaenodon hanging out with the Caprosuchus. I guess they're kind of visually somewhat similar, actually. As you can see, plenty of familiar figures here as well, including the Giganotosaurus, looking beautiful. I love the way that looks in the midst of smaller figures, just running through them. Great sort of visual contrast going on. We have the 2019 Prestosuchus. I was the first person ever to get this. I was sent it early. Memories. And of course, related to that, we have the Camarasaurus up here. These figures are officially released now, so go buy them. The two that I have are two of my highest recommendations out of the 2019 lineup, especially the Camarasaurus, which you can see in the back there. I'm sorry my shadow is very visually disruptive, but there you go. We also have the Mastodon, which is my favorite figure from 2018, by far. We have the Triceratops, the Regaloceratops. We have the Malawisaurus, if it'll focus. Does it want to do it? I'm giving up. I'm quitting while I'm ahead. Macrokenia, very nice. And what am I missing? Ah, yes, the massive and difficult to miss Amargasaurus. There you go. And it's hanging out with some other sauropods, including a lot of old Carnegies. The underrated, extremely underrated, underappreciated 2012 Brachiosaurus from Safari, Carnegie specifically. Carnegie Ichthyosaurus, another underrated little figure. The gorgeous Safari Chronosaurus. The tiny mini Spinosaurus of Doom! Doom! Okay, well, we've wasted enough time on this video. But there you go. I have hung up a few pterosaurs. Oh, I think this is new. I finally have the Quetz. Finally have the Quetz. I got it last summer. Finally. I can say I have all 13 2017 figures from Safari. And we're very close to completing 2018. I have 4 more figures to get. 3 of them are going to be on the way very soon. I've finally gotten back into contact with the people over at Safari Ltd. Everything except for the Megacerops is coming soon. The Megacerops I'll get in combination with a couple 2019 figures as my next batch after the next batch. The next one. Anyhow, there you go. That's the collection. That's how it's doing. You can see some other things over here, some modern animals. Your boy Dino Man, otherwise known as Eric, here in the Dino Tube. Actually, his real name is Eric, and he's otherwise known as Dino Man here in the Dino Tubes. I don't know why I did that backwards, but he's going to be stealing these at some point, because he will actually get around to doing things with them and reviewing them, unlike me. We have loads of books. We have mocks, for any Watching Relic fans that have somehow stumbled into this strange land of prehistoric madness. Dinosaur signing out. Goodbye.